I'm going to walk you through today how to use Zoom. So with everything that's going on at the minute, loads of people tend to be using Zoom because Zoom, for people who don't know what it is, it's like an online meeting / conference app really that you can use on your phone, on your tablet, or on your computer, and it's just kind of like an industry standard one that lots of people who do like digital meetings across the world use. But obviously with people working remotely now, teachers doing like online classes, gyms and fitness studios doing remote workout classes, and even people speaking, catching up with their family and friends, and even doing like digital hangouts on an evening to maybe watch Netflix. There's loads and loads of ways that we can utilize Zoom at the moment. It isn't that straightforward compared to something like Skype. So, and I've noticed that a few people on Facebook have been struggling with how to actually use Zoom, how to log in and stuff. So me and my colleagues, we use it quite a lot because I predominantly work from home, as do many of my clients, and I've got clients all over the world and stuff. So we use this quite a lot, and there's a lot of different ways that you can use it. We're just going to go through basically the basic one. So we're going to go through how to set it up and use it on a laptop or a computer first, and then we're going to go through how you can also do it on your phone. So the first thing you want to do anyway is download the Zoom application onto your computer. So if you just go to Zoom, or if you Google Zoom, the actual URL is zoom.us, and it will bring you to their website. So the first thing you want to do is press the sign up, it's free button. So if you sign up, you need to create an account. So type in your email address, and then it will ask you for a password, or you can sign in with Google if you do that. That will obviously give you all your login details, and then from there what you need to do is you need to actually download the app. So if you go to the resources section, it will say download Zoom client. So if we click on that, that will take you to their download center. The app that you want to download is Zoom client for meetings. So there's loads of different ones that you can download. They've got obviously ones for mobile as well, and then they've got another app for more like full-on conferences and stuff. As I say, for most people, all that you'll need is Zoom client for meetings. With their meeting functionality, you can have up to 1,000 people in a meeting. So that's going to do most people for most things, to be honest. So if you click that, download that, that'll download it to your computer, and then when you install it, so for me, because I'm on Mac, it will be in my applications. If you're using PC or something, it might be like in your start menu or something. So you'll have the actual application on your computer. When you're ready to either join a meeting or you want to actually set up a meeting, what you're going to do is you're going to open the app. So it's going to be the zoom.us app or the Zoom meetings app. So the first thing it's going to ask you to do is sign in. So I'm just going to sign in with my Google account. It normally redirects you through their website. So if it does, all you want to do is press on whatever button it says that open Zoom. It's going to prompt you to open the actual Zoom app. So then you'll be open in the Zoom app. So there's a few options here. You either gonna want to join a meeting or set up a new meeting. So at the moment, if you click on join meeting, it's going to ask you for a meeting ID, and it's going to ask you how do you want to display your name. So we're going to walk you through how to actually join a meeting in a minute, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a new meeting now with just me. So hello, excuse my face, I've been in just doing nothing for the last couple of days, or more working anyway. So I'm going to join with computer audio because I want people to be able to hear me during the meeting. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite people to join the meeting with me. So at the moment, it's just me on my side talking to myself and you guys. So the first thing we want to do is invite people. So when you invite people, you can either invite people via email. So if you're inviting just a couple of people, you can send them send them all an email with their invite. Or what you can do, say, I've seen a few people posting like invites onto Facebook groups or what have you. If you just copy the invitation here, and then say you paste it into like a social media group or what have you, I'll just put it onto a pages template now, just so you can see what the invitation would look like. So when you click that copy URL button or copy to clipboard, it's going to give you the web address for the meeting, and then it's going to give you a meeting ID and the password. So obviously when you pop that into your Facebook group, all the people you want to join the meeting with, they're going to be clicking on that URL, and then they're going to be adding their meeting ID and the password on there, and then they can join the group. So what I'm going to do now, just delete that for the moment, is I'm going to invite one of my colleagues. So I'm just going to invite him by email at the moment. So default email to James at James Delin. So it's going to give him all the information that we just spoke about. It's going to give him the URL, the meeting ID, and the password. So that's emailed over to him now. And obviously you can email as many people as you want. In Zoom, you can have up to, I think, 1,000 people on at any one time in a Zoom meeting. I mean, on their free plan, I think it's a little bit less than that. And I think on their free plan, it limits you up to about 40 minutes for a meeting initially. And then if you want to expand a meeting over 40 minutes, you've got to sign up to their premium platform. But that being said, I can't see anyone needing to go over 40 minutes anyway. Maybe if it's like a long-term gym. Normally what I do, if I go over 40 minutes, we usually close the conversation and then just set up another meeting. And that's kind of easy enough. So we're just going to wait for my colleague to join us in our meeting, James, and then I'm going to get on. So that email should be over to him now, and he should be looking at that meeting ID and the password. He should click on the link, and then he should be able to log in.
Okay, so Ben has sent me a request link to join his meeting. So I'm in my email client. I click open the email, and then quite simply, I join the meeting through my browser. What it wants me to do is open the app, which should be downloaded as well. If it isn't, I'm sure Ben's done some tutorial on how to download the app. As I open up, I can join with video.
And here he is.
And I can join with my computer audio.
Ben should be able to hear me.
Ben should be able to hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, James. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good stuff, good stuff.
I
So
can hear him, and that is how you join a Zoom meeting.
brilliant, easy stuff. So I just take it you pop the meeting ID in and then the password as well?
I didn't even need to do any passwords or IDs or anything. I just clicked the link, the app opened, and...
Brilliant stuff. Great. So yeah, as we say, it's really, really easy to join a Zoom conversation. The main thing is just downloading the app and everything, but obviously we've already spoke about that. So when you're actually on a Zoom meeting, obviously you can choose whether you want to be on video or whether you want to use your actual audio as well. So for people who are just kind of like speaking to their friends and catching up with family members or what have you, it's probably going to be all right if you have your video on and your audio. If any time you want to change that, all you do, so for instance my video is still running up there, if I click stop video, now my video is totally stopped. So you don't have to have video on at the same time, and the same thing for audio as well. So if I just click that button, my webcam's back on and I'm doing it. So but say if you're in a gym and you're doing a fitness class, you might not want to have like 20 people in with all the videos on and panting over the Zoom call. So you might want to switch off your audio and your video unless you're the trainer or what have you. And the same goes for people who are maybe like teaching or doing online classes. You might want to ask the people who are coming on the Zoom meeting to turn off their audio just while they're doing it, just so you don't have loads of different people speaking all over the top of each other all the time, because it can also pick up like breaths and things like that. Any other kind of functionalities worth mentioning, James?
So if I had a document open that I wanted to share with Ben, but I didn't necessarily want to send it to him as a document through email or through whatever, I can just share my screen using this button here. That'll bring up a number of options, as you can see, and then if we just share desktop 1, brilliant. I need to grant security access, but that's okay. So if you've granted security access within your computer, then your screen will share, no problem at all. But if you haven't, one way to do that is to go down to your security and privacy settings, particularly if you're using OS 10. If you're on a Windows machine, I'm sure you'll know how to do it. Unfortunately, it's not something that I know how to do right now. But I have allowed Zoom to share my desktop. So if I go back to share screen, there we go. It'll give you a few options, whether you want to share your desktop itself, your system preferences, or whatever windows are open, and then some other things like whiteboard or your iPhone, iPad via cable or via AirPlay. So I'm going to share my desktop. And so say I wanted to open an email that Ben hasn't seen, I could share my desktop with him, and then we could look at the email together like this, so that I wouldn't have to necessarily send him the email, or I wouldn't have to necessarily send him any.
Yeah, and that's actually really, really good for like any teachers who are doing like online classes or what have you. So I've delivered some like online presentations before, and this is brilliant. Like if you can just pull up your PowerPoint presentation or any of your teaching notes or what have you, and then you can share the screen with your students and literally just walk them through your presentation straight from your laptop, and that works really, really well too.
To finish that, to stop sharing, there's a bright red button at the top that says stop sharing. Just hit that and you'll go back to your video. If you do want to share things within the Zoom environment, you can.
So I think it's within the chat functionality. So at the bottom, if you've got that chat, you can obviously everyone who's actually in the meeting can then start typing replies. So I'm just going to go, hi Del, and then Del will be able to see that chat. There's also a file button here, so if you need to share anything like like documents or what have you, if it's a work meeting, you can just open the file here and then either pull it in from Dropbox, your computer, Google Drive, all sorts of stuff there. So that's that. And also, if it is like an important work meeting or what have you, or for any cases really, say you want to record the meeting to maybe post it onto social media later or for reference, there's a little record button down here. So if you press record, now this meeting is getting recorded. And some fancy features, I mean, not necessarily that anyone's going to need it, but just to show the power of Zoom can actually record it will take all the audio from the meeting that's recorded, and it can transcribe it and stuff as well. So it's it's a really, really powerful platform. So but yeah, say if you're doing like an online gym lesson, or you want to record a lesson that you're teaching, or anything like that, you can record it if need be, and then when you press stop record, the file will be converted to the MP4 when the meeting ends, and it will just plop it onto your desktop so you can share it onto social media or anywhere else that you need to share it.
Sounds good.
Cool. So that's pretty much Zoom in a nutshell. I don't want to go into any of the other advanced features like conferencing at the moment, because I don't think anyone will probably need it, to be honest. But that's Zoom on desktop. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come out of the meeting and we're going to join again, but on a mobile phone, so you can see how that works. So what we're going to do, we're going to come out of this meeting. James is going to get the app downloaded on his phone, give you a bit of a tutorial of what that looks like. I'm going to send another meeting request, and then we can go through the process of what using Zoom would look like on a mobile phone. So yeah, if you want to end a meeting, you just click end meeting at the bottom right, and then end meeting for all, and that'll just cancel the chat like that.
Okay, so if you're looking to download Zoom on an iPhone or equivalent, find your equivalent store that you would download apps from and search for Zoom. If you spell it correctly, come on mate. And you're looking for Zoom Cloud Meetings, so hit the Get button, do whatever you need to do, passwords, fingerprints, blah-de-da, and that'll download for you. So once you're downloaded, open up the app and you can start a meeting such as this.
So again, what we're going to do now is I'm going to set up a new meeting. and I'm going to invite James again. So I'm going to join with computer audio, send him a invite via email, and this time he should be able to join it through his mobile phone.
So I've just had a meeting request in through my emails. And so what I can do is, again, I just click on the link in the email, and then I put my name in as to what I want to be referred to as. If this is the first time opening Zoom, you agree to their terms of privacy and you give them access to your camera. And you have the choice to either join with video or join without. So I'm going to join with video. I allow it to send notifications to my phone, and I allow it access to my microphone, and I use call using internet audio to allow myself to hear Ben.
So now I'm using the device audio, and we're both on talking to each other. Ben, you're still on your laptop, and I'm on my mobile, so it's cross-platform as well. You don't have to be on the same device, which is very useful. And there are some the same sorts of features in the Zoom app. You can, if you look up in the top left-hand corner there, you can change which camera you're using. And you can also, in the bottom, across the bottom, the menu is the same as it is on the desktop. We've got stop video, share content, participants. You can't record onto iPhone or Android, but you can chat like this. So the recording function is really only on the desktop version of the app. Just something to be aware of. It's neither here nor there really, but at least you know. Ben, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, audio is absolutely fine. Yeah, it did take maybe 10 seconds or so for the audio to connect, but that's probably just the mobile data, isn't it? But yeah, I can hear you fine now.
Yeah, okay. So you might have noticed on my screen recording, I had a few options to go through and click before we could actually start talking to each other. Just use the ones that make sense for you. It's very unlikely that you're going to come across charges and extra money that needed from you from either Zoom or Apple or Android or Samsung or whoever you're using. But just make sure to be vigilant and read what's on the screen, and then just hit the ones that you think are right for you. Obviously, you need to give the app access to your microphone and your camera if you want to talk and if you want to be on camera. Of course, if it's not right for you, if you don't want to give access to your camera, that's fine too. But obviously, to talk to somebody, you will need to give it access to your microphone. And it's very likely that it will have access to your microphone when the app is being used only rather than all the time. So Zoom won't be listening to you all the time.
No, it's only Alexa that does that, isn't it, Dad?
It is only Alexa, yeah. I'm pretty sure Siri's listening to me all the time as well. But
cool. So I think that's it. Is there anything else we want to put? I think we've covered pretty much everything, haven't we? So if you're at all struggling with, setting this up, for in your work or what have you, so if you're struggling to get this working for you, I mean, we're here to help. I mean, we're few people that can actually still work at the moment, so we feel very, very lucky and grateful to be able to do that. So we're here to support other businesses that are trying to maybe move to working remotely that haven't before. Obviously we understand that environment because we're very familiar with it, and it can be an absolute pain in the arse trying to get all the technical aspects working, especially for people who aren't really familiar with working with tech all day. So we're here to help. Feel welcome to drop us a message, and we'll help any way that we can. And I work in marketing. Del works in the creative fields as well. So we're here to support you, in whatever way we can. In this quite unsettling time really, so feel welcome to reach out to us and then we'll be happy to advise you any way we can anyway. So but we hope this tutorial has been helpful. If you have any questions, please do get in touch.
Yeah, likewise. Fantastic.
Cool. So
to leave the meeting on a mobile, you just press in the top right hand corner, and that's that. Any other questions, just please let us know. Thanks very much.
Cool, thank you.